you weren't on Wall Street anymore. Like that narrative was out there.
Well, if it was, I didn't hear it. I mean, look at, I was happy for my daughter. I mean, I'm very happy for who wouldn't be happy for their kid? I'm still proud of her, to make the money she made it by the time she was 18, she was a multi millionaire. But I always told, and I tell people now too, with as much given, there's much required. And when you're given a lot, it's a very high standard to live up to. Because it also says in the Bible that what God gives you, he will take away. And if you don't do the right thing with what you have, it's going to go. And unfortunately, that happens sometimes. But no, I was never jealous of my kid. I just want the best for all of them. I mean, if anyone we should be jealous of anyone, it's my son Michael. My son Michael's an amazing, successful, super successful businessman. And now Lindsay's coming back. She's gonna be on the top of her game again. I have my own life, and no one knows what I've done in my life. I was one of the owners of the first electronic cigarette company. I'm the one who started Arizona iced tea snack food line. I created the whole thing. When Brooklyn Navy Yard was nothing but a Navy Yard, I'm the one who put the financing together to make it a movie studio. I had the first energy drink company called American Bodybuilding Products. I mean, I can go on and on. People don't know my history. They just want to say what they want to say, but now they know. And there's a lot more than just that.
Did you realize, because like we talk about the hangers on, it's a learning process, right? Like, I mean, there's new families, new people going through it every day that maybe don't realize it. Like, when did you realize, someone gets a famous or is having a ton of money thrown at them? And like, when did you realize what the hangers on were, right? Because not everyone realizes that until, I mean, it's mostly too late. Was
Well,
it early
I
on?
realized yeah, you know when that happened, David? It's when Lindsay moved out to California on her own at 17, turning 18. And I didn't want that. And I didn't like it. And, her mom thought it was okay for her to be there because she had a roommate that was responsible and a little bit older. But it turned out that that girl wasn't responsible and older. And she was from Florida and she was kind of from a messed up background. And it just wasn't a good place. So that's when it started. Hey, bud.
We have a
Yeah,
visitor.
yeah,
What
yeah, my
about,
little
I
son.
love it. What about like the media, right? Because I mean, like, did you think the media was your friend in the beginning? Like, when did you realize, when did you realize how the media works and how, like, you give an interview and, like, wait, this is the headline? And, like, when did you figure that out?
That's not what I said, right? That's not what I said. They said something else. Well, when did I realize that? Later on down the line, it was a hard lesson learned, and you have to, you don't know who your friends are. That's for sure. I'll tell you that much. There are some good people. I mean, when I've had my disputes with people like Harvey Lemon, and when Mike Walters was at TMZ, he's at the Blast now. And I have to say that X17 were very, very forward and up front. Um, the people from Radar, there's a couple of decent ones there, but Dylan Howard is just whatever. I won't even go there. But there are some decent people, but it's like I said, a hard lesson learned. It really is. It is.
It is a hard lesson learned. Like, what is your relationship now with the media? Like, is it like,
I
do
don't
you,
talk.
do you,
I don't talk. I really don't talk to them. I don't. There's not many people I talk to when they call for comment. I have kind of a pact with Lindsay that, that's basically a no comment kind of thing. Look, even recently, someone said that, it came out and said, whatever, the gender of the baby, and it was leaked. And it came from what I heard, it came from a photo shoot she did, and it was leaked at the photo shoot. But I mean, it's, I don't know. You don't know what to believe and not to believe.
yes, I think it was literally within the past 24 hours. I think it was TMZ that's all over the place. Lindsay Lohan's having a boy. Now, I'm like, oh, wow, this is revealed. Then when you click on the article and you read it, it says sources say. So you're like, this isn't really confirmed based on that headline.
Right.
It does make you think based on a headline that Lindsay has announced this to the world. And then you
She
read it
has
and it says,
she hasn't announced anything, and she's never confirmed anything, and neither has anyone in the family that I know of. I mean, I know I certainly haven't, but you know, it is what it is. You're not going to change things. It's out there now, and you can't change that, unfortunately.
You can't change that. Do you get
No,
calls for like comments like this all the time, like from just random media, like the phone just rings off the hook during the day?
yeah, I do sometimes, but I tell them the same thing. Look, I just want to, with no disrespect, I have no comment. This is a personal matter between my family and I made promises to my daughter I'm going to keep. Nothing's more important than that. And I do, a lot of the people that do call, I like them. I really like them. There's some people from People Magazine, from TMZ, from other outlets that are really good, In Touch Magazine. Nice people, really nice people. And it's just, they respect my boundaries. I respect their job.
What is it about the world that you think like why do people hang on to, like Lindsay's the same as you, she's the same as me, we have another, we could mention any other, why do people hang on to like just certain things, like certain people are just that tabloid, they just can't get enough, like what is it about the world that they're just so hungry for this type of news?
I don't understand those kind of people where they just there's something missing in their life that they just love the drama and the gossip and all the rumors and stuff, and it's just like they thrive on it, they live on it. It's just I don't get it. I really don't. But some people really do. I mean, they're addicted to it. They're on TMZ, they're on Radar, they're on all these different sites, Gawker, whatever they want to watch, and they just they just can't live without it. And
All
why do you think
day.
TMZ is so successful? But I have to say that companies like TMZ that went into the sports area, and then you have other sites that are really more news focused now. I mean, things are changing to a certain degree. Are there elements of that whole rumor aspect and all the gossip? Yeah, absolutely, because people need that. That's their sustenance. They live on it.
Are you on social media at all?
Yeah, but not much. Like I don't do much on Instagram. I do a lot on Facebook when it comes to inspirational things. But that's if you look at my Facebook, it's more inspiration and things that, people are doing or, things about my family or things that I've done, being out with the kids and doing things that'll encourage and inspire other people to do the right thing. There are certain situations where people will write to me with a problem that they have. And I will come up with something, certain salutation or something where it'll be, and that's a problem because people think I'm writing about myself when it's someone's depressed or something. And no, it's not me. I'm writing so someone else gets the message. But I was in the treatment industry for a long time, so a lot of things I did post were treatment related, where it would help people get past the difficulty that they're facing, and they were depressed or going through a divorce or being abused or whatever the case may be. Then I would post things that would help them get through what they were getting through without the use of drugs or alcohol.
What was, because like you were famously on Celebrity Rehab, but like what was I mean, you didn't come out of there like totally changed from that, right? Like
No, but
when
you have to
was
understand that season of Celebrity Rehab was the last season, and the people on the show weren't all addicted to drugs or alcohol. I was on there for codependency, which was clearly seen with my situation with Kate at the time. So, and then you had people in for sex addiction, you had people in for gambling, you had people in for